Hi, so just walked down from where we was, and there is some trees which is from storm damage, so they have fallen over. So again, storms you always got to be ready for. Good thing is we have found some more raspberry bushes just over the back here, so there will be fresh fruit, which is nice, naturally grown here, and there's plenty of moss on the floor down the bottom here. So obviously that tells you it's a bit more, there's a lot more moisture in the soil. But moss is really good for insulating and weatherproofing, not so much weatherproofing, but making your camp more snug. Right, so I've just come down as I'm sweeping round what would be the perimeter of my bug out camp. I have come across a discarded tent, so I don't know if someone actually used it. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but it's just here in, as you can see, my little girl's exploring everything. It's quite rusty, so it has been there quite a while, but the good thing is they didn't use any of the cord and it's all wrapped up, so that's going to be reappropriated and used for better uses. There's not a campfire around, but obviously if it was a long time ago, the evidence of a campfire would probably be gone by now. But it's just strange. The tent might have been used, just a one-off, and they didn't feel they need to use any of the cords. It looks like there are some clothes in amongst it, so, or it could be a monster around and wiped them out as they was sleeping. Who knows? I'm going to go round, but there is some bottles, so they may have camped here and had a bit of a night out camping, which I know does go on quite a lot. Now, bottles. Now these are glass bottles. So this would be quite good. Obviously you just got to make sure there's not broken glass, which unfortunately there is some broken glass. So you've got to be aware of, obviously with my little one coming around here. But the bottle can be reused. Obviously you've got to clean them up, have some boiling water, put some boiling water in the glass and try and sterilise them as much as possible for water storage, or even like a water trap. So you get some leaves to collect some rainwater, and you just make a funnel with leaves so they go straight into the bottle, and then obviously after it's rained, if there's sufficient amount of rain, the bottle's full up and you got some rainwater for drinking, which will be perfectly to drink straight away, as long as obviously if it's during the summer you might get flies going into it, so you have to bear that in mind. But yeah, I've noticed that there's like a gully, so I suppose if there's a lot of rain, that might fill up. So that's two types of water sources. Now this does seem quite dry. I haven't tested it properly, and I don't really want to tempt fate and get my foot stuck if it's too soggy. But again, I'll come back when it's raining and see if there's water running down it, because then I can put some stones down and again get some water from there if it's just rainwater flowing down the hill. So that's that bit. I have seen some squirrels, but I didn't get my camera out quick enough for that, so I know there are some squirrels around. So now it's just a matter of looking around the other sides and seeing what else is around. Hopefully some of these mushrooms what are around are edible, because there's plenty of mushrooms around, and that'll be an extra food source. Right, so as I was walking over to the other side, so I have noticed that there's some burnt wood. So burnt wood. So someone has been happier camping, or they might consider this as a possible bug out location for themselves. So that tells me that there's evidence of someone else scouting out or just having a good time. So now I've got to bear in mind other factors. If someone's been up here camping and this is in a different area, so I would say I'm about 400 feet away from where I saw the tent. So this is a completely new area for someone camping, in my opinion. Now, so I'm thinking 2 people camping up here. So it seems to be a popular area for someone to camp. So therefore I've got to think of, right, whatever I build now, I've got to make sure that it's very disguised. I've got an idea of how I'd do it. So I would use, if where I was originally would be north, I'll go west to the hill, because east is where I would have found the first tent, and as I'm coming round from the south of where I was looking at, I found remnants of the burnt wood, so another campfire. Just have to dive underneath it. It's always good bringing out your children while they're still quite young. Yes, they do need supervision, but it gets them used to being outdoors and where they're treading, what to look for, and it gets them used to being outside. Too many children just sitting in front of their TV all the time or playing games. So hopefully I will try and do an happy balance for her, so she does get the internet time what she's going to want when she grows up, but also fresh air and the outdoor life of a more natural environment, should I say. So I'm just going to go down this side, back to where there's more greenery. So this would be the west of where I'm going to be camping. Hopefully I might be able to still find some rabbit droppings. So it would be another form of food. I do hear quite a lot of birds, more in the distance, but as obviously I'm walking along with someone who's being noisy, the birds would actually shut up or fly off in a different direction. Right, so I'll get back to you in a minute.